Looking for the best PC builds with the Ryzen 7 9800X3D? You're not buying the 9800X3D because you want good enough. You're buying it because you want games to feel clean, smooth frame pacing, strong minimum FPS, and fewer of those moments where the action stutters when the game gets busy. With that in mind, today I'll be putting this high-end Zen 5 chip to good use. I'll present a smart entry-level enthusiast build that doesn't sabotage the CPU, a value-focused build that prioritizes a good price-to-performance ratio, and a high-end build that's designed for serious 4K gaming without wasting money in the wrong places. Before we start, remember that you can check all PC parts and prices in the description. Let's start with the build that's the most affordable way to do the 9800X3D correctly. Entry-level here doesn't mean cheap. It means you're spending on what you actually feel in games, and cutting costs where it doesn't matter. The Ryzen 7 9800X3D is the chip you pick when you want gaming performance that stays strong even when the game is messy and CPU heavy. Now, the mistake people make in budget builds with a premium CPU is blowing money on the motherboard. You don't need a flagship chipset just to game well. You need stability, good memory support, and the features you'll actually use. So for this build, the motherboard is the ASUS TUF Gaming B650 Plus Wi-Fi. It's the kind of board you choose because you want it to work for years without drama. Built-in Wi-Fi, a sensible layout, and a platform that fits the CPU without paying for luxury features you won't touch. And if you want a smaller case, you shouldn't be left guessing. Here are the exact swaps. If you want micro ATX, use the Asus Prime AP201 case and pair it with a board from the MSI B850M Mortar Wi-Fi class. The point is simple. You can go compact without going cheap. If you want mini ITX, pick a real ITX AM5 board that's meant for modern Ryzen. Don't force a random older platform. This is where you pay for the small form factor, not for extra gaming FPS. For memory, don't overthink it. You want 32GB GDR5 6000 with an AMD EXPO profile. That's the practical sweet spot where performance and stability stop fighting each other. A great kit for this is G.SKILL Flare X5 DDR5 6000, and it's built specifically around AMD EXPO tuning. Storage is simple too. Start with a fast Gen 4 NVMe drive. The budget-friendly pick that still feels snappy is the Silicon Power UD90. It supports NVMe 1.4 and uses host memory buffer, which is totally fine for game loads and general use. Cooling is where you can save money without losing performance. The 9800X3D needs a real cooler, but it doesn't need a fancy AIO just to game properly. The Thermalright Peerless Assassin 120 SE is perfect here. Big dual-tower design, strong airflow, and it's the exact kind of buy once, stop thinking about it part. Now the GPU. This is the part that defines what the build is for. For the most cost-efficient pairing that still makes sense with the 9800X3D, the GPU is a Radeon RX 9060 XT 16GB, and the card I suggest is the SAPPHIRE Pulse RX 9060 XT OC 16GB. It's a sensible 16GB card, and that VRAM matters more every year at 1440p. This pairing is built for two kinds of people. You play competitive games and want high FPS without spending crazy money on the GPU, or you want strong 1080p and 1440p gaming, and you care more about smoothness than maxing every ray tracing setting. Have in mind, though, that if you're the kind of person who turns on ray tracing in every game, and you want the cleanest upscaling experience, this GPU tier isn't the strongest place to do that. In that case, the NVIDIA competitor path is simple. Look at the closest tier card that fits your budget, and prioritize the feature set you'll actually use. Moving on, for the PC case, my choice is the Phanteks Eclipse G400A, because it's built for airflow and it's easy to build in. You get room for big GPUs, lots of fan mounts, and a layout that doesn't punish you on cable management. Next, the power supply is Be Quiet Pure Power 12M 750W. It's ATX 3.0, supports PCIe 5.1 GPU power standards, and it's the kind of PSU that you buy now so you don't have to replace it the second you upgrade your GPU later. All in all, this build gives you a strong AM5 foundation, excellent CPU performance, and a clear upgrade path. You're not wasting money, and you're not trapping yourself with weak supporting parts. At around $1,900, this is not really a budget PC, but when we're building with the 9800X3D, you can't be cheap. Before we continue to the best value build, it would really help us continue making more videos if you support us by just hitting the like button and subscribe, or even with a comment so that I know if you like it or if there's something I can do to improve next time. I promise it costs nothing, just a few seconds. Now let's move to the build that most people should actually build, the one where everything feels balanced. This is the build where the 9800X3D feels like it's being used properly, and it's perfect for a high-end gaming smoothness, strong minimum FPS, and a platform that stays relevant. The motherboard here is the MSI Mag B850 Tomahawk Max Wi-Fi. It supports Ryzen 9000 on AM5, has modern connectivity like Wi-Fi 7 and 5GB Ethernet LAN, and it gives you PCIe 5.0 M2 support if you want to go faster later. The reason you choose something like this isn't more FPS, it's stability, clean features, and not needing to upgrade the platform when you add more storage or change GPUs. Memory stays smart, 32GB DDR5 6000. If you want a clean set-it-and-forget-it kit tuned for AM5, go with G.SKILL Trident Z5 no-RGB DDR5 6000 EXPO. If you don't care about RGB and want low-profile simplicity, the G.SKILL Flare X5 DDR5 6000 is still a great pick. Storage steps up to 2TB here, and the model pick is the WD Black SN7100 2TB. It's a fast Gen 4 drive with up to 6000 MB per second reads depending on capacity, and it's exactly the kind of SSD that makes your whole PC feel instant without paying Gen 5 prices when your main use is gaming. Cooling is where you choose based on what you value. If you want maximum simplicity and strong cooling for the money, use the Thermalright Phantom Spirit 120 Evo. It's a stronger next step air cooler option that stays competitive with much more expensive setups. If you want the AIO look, the clean and proven option is the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 Pro 360. It's built for strong cooling performance, and it's a great fit in cases that support a 360mm radiator. Now, the GPU is the main reason this becomes the best overall value build. The pick is the RTX 5070 Ti 16GB, and a specific model that's easy to recommend is the ASUS Prime GeForce RTX 5070 Ti 16GB GDDR7. You're getting 16GB, a 256-bit bus, and the modern NVIDIA feature stack that matters if you care about ray tracing and upscaling quality. This is the tier where you stop feeling like you're compromising at 1440p. You can play at high refresh rates, you can push higher settings, and you've got a much better experience in games that lean hard on modern rendering features. If you don't care about ray tracing and you want raw raster value, this is also the tier where AMD's competing GPUs can make sense, especially if you find a strong deal and you prioritize VRAM per dollar. But for the widest just works gaming experience across a big library, the 5070 Ti class is a clean choice. Moving on, the case for this build is the Height Y40. It supports ITX, M80X, and ATX boards, has great GPU clearance, and it's made for clean builds, especially if you like the vertical GPU look. If you want a smaller case without the fish tank vibe, the easiest compact airflow win is the ASUS Prime AP201 for Micro ATX. It's compact, supports serious cooling, and it doesn't feel like you're building inside a shoebox. Finally, for the power supply, we have the Corsair RM850X Shift. It's 850 watts, fully modular, ATX 3.1, and it's built for modern GPU cabling and long-term use. So this is the build that hits the sweet spot. For a total cost of around $2,700, you get the best gaming CPU behavior, a strong GPU tier for 1440p and 4K crossover gaming, modern platform features, and no weird weak links. Now let's go to the no compromises option. This build is for one thing. You want 4K gaming to feel easy, and you want a system that stays high-end for years. With the Ryzen 7 9800X3D, you get strong minimum FPS, clean frame pacing, and excellent performance in the CPU-heavy titles that can make even expensive PCs feel uneven. For the motherboard, we have the MSI Mag X870E Tomahawk Wi-Fi. You're getting modern connectivity like USB 4, 40 gigabits per second, and Wi-Fi 7 support, plus PCIe 5.0 options for both GPU and storage depending on how you configure the system. This board is all about building a high-end system with the ports, storage expansion, and long-term flexibility you actually want at this budget level. Memory is still 32GB DDR5 6000 EXPO, and yes, that's still the smart move for gaming, even in a high-end build. If you're also doing heavy content creation, large project work, or you run a ton of background tasks while gaming, then you go 64GB. Otherwise, 32GB keeps performance high without wasting money where it won't show up in your actual experience. Storage is where a high-end build gets to be fun. The specific pick here is the crucial T710 4TB PCIe Gen 5 NVMe. This is the kind of drive you choose when you want one giant, insanely fast game and project drive, and you never want to think about space again. Just have in mind that Gen 5 drives like this require the dedicated heatsink that comes with the X870E Tomahawk, as they run incredibly hot. For cooling, go with a serious 360mm AIO that's built to keep temperatures steady during long sessions. The clean pick here is the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 Pro 360. It's designed as a high-performance AIO with strong fans and a focus on cooling performance. Now the GPU. This is the centerpiece. The pick is an RTX 5080, and the specific model is the Gigabyte GeForce RTX 5080 Gaming OC 16GB. It's a 16GB GDDR7 card on a 256-bit bus built for high-end gaming, and it's exactly the kind of GPU that lets you push 4K settings without turning the experience into constant compromise. Could you go higher? Sure, you could pick an RTX 5090, but high-end doesn't automatically mean buy the most extreme thing available. This tier is where you usually get the best balance of top-end performance and sanity, strong 4K capabilities, strong feature support, and a build that doesn't turn into a power and heat science project. The case is the Haven HS420. It supports everything from Mini ITX up to E80X, and it's designed around high-end airflow and clean building. If you're dropping a serious GPU into your build, the case should make cooling easy, not harder. And finally, the power supply is the Seasonic Focus GX80X 3.0 1000-watt class. It's fully modular, gold efficiency, and it's built for modern systems that can spike power quickly under load. The goal is stable power and headroom without going completely overboard. So this build is the full experience: flagship gaming CPU behavior, high-end GPU power, high-speed storage, strong cooling, and a platform that won't feel outdated the next time you upgrade. All this for a total cost of around $3,700.